Hello, my name is Sylvia. I'm here to present on the Gene Watson's theory, especially more about Gene Watson. The purpose is to explore how Watson's theory helped in a clinical situation that I had. Gene Watson was born in Virginia in 1940. She was a professor emerita of nursing at the University of Colorado, founder of Watson Caring Science Institute. She also developed the theory of human caring in 1979. The focus of her theory was humanistic, holistic, and spiritual aspects of care. Key concepts of Watson's theory was one, transpersonal caring. It was about the deep spiritual nurse-patient connection, and Caritas process, which talks about 10 different themes. Some of them are acts of kindness, trust building, empathy, healing, and anything related to care and caring. Cultural care was honoring and integrating the patient's cultural beliefs and values. Summary of the theory. So the whole issue or the whole theory was whole person heart-centered care emphasizes empathy, authenticity, and cultural humility. It also promotes healing through human connection. It integrates both objective knowledge and subjective experience. Advantages and disadvantages of Gene Watson's theory. Some of the advantages are the fact that it was holistic, patient-centered approach. It incorporates spiritual and emotional care. It also fosters patient involvement in decision making. The challenges or the disadvantages, I would say, were the fact that it was challenging in a fast-paced or task-oriented environment like the emergencies and the ICUs where time was of the essence. Another one was that it seemed too abstract or idealistic to some clinicians. So some people thought that was too much idealistic, and so they would not buy into that. I have a clinical scenario that I think helped. Using Jane Watson's theory really helped. A middle-aged woman bravely facing the challenges of chemotherapy. Now, this woman had issues with her culture and did not want to go through the treatment because of some cultural issues and significant emotional distress. And she was quite confused as to whether to go through the treatment. So I got the chance to meet with Jane Watson, and we decided to discuss this um, patient or client issue. Now, Jane Watson is a very calm and well composed woman, so I assumed she would love to be in a very peaceful cafe, sipping herbal tea and conversation about the woman I described earlier. Um, I think I'm going to discuss with her how her theory would guide emotional complexity in this case. Some of the questions I'm going to ask Jane Watson is when I get the chances, how I can honor cultural beliefs while explaining treatment options. So obviously my patient has cultural beliefs that is limiting her trust in the care system. So the rationale for my question would be to enhance cultural sensitivity in care. Another question would be, how do nurses apply Caritas in time-pressured settings? So Caritas is more about the caring theory. In time-pressured settings like ICU, emergency, you need to know how you can sit down with the patient and discuss with them and discuss with them on how to do some of these things. Another one is, how should nurses care for their own emotions in intense roles? Considering somebody going through chemotherapy, you, the nurse yourself, would have some emotional issues because what the patient is going through is not an easy one. They may be crying, you might be comforting them. In the end, you are drained from your emotional storage. So, the rationale for this question is promoting self care and preventing burnout. So, we have to be there for the patient, yes, but if we have been there for them. Usually we are drained. So how do we promote self-care after using the Jane Watson's theory? It's one question I would ask her. Another one is how to manage conflicts between cultural values and medical plans. Now you can see clearly my patient was confused between going through the cultural way versus the clinical way. The reason is to get interdisciplinary collaboration and respect for beliefs at the same time, which can be tough. Conclusion. Watson's theory emphasizes empathy, holistic care, and spiritual support. Valuable in high emotion cases like palliative care, very valuable. Practical challenges exist in high stress or task driven settings, like I said, in ICUs and emergencies. However, its values deeply align with patient centered nursing, which is very great. Thank you for listening. Bye.